Sunday night Slam Pigs podcast. The normal Michael, welcome back. Backlash 2017 post show, SmackDown exclusive pay-per-view. Michael, welcome back. You hopped on unannounced last night. It was cool to have you via satellite. Thanks for coming on last night, but welcome back to the studio. What's going on? Can you at least pretend like you're happy to see everybody?
Hey everybody, how's it going?
Obviously, we're hot off the heels of Backlash. What resulted at the end of Backlash, guys. But another pally joining us once again from Michael. 2 new shows this week. Slam Pigs Cruise Control co-host Logan. What is going on, man?
Logan, that's when you talk.
Is Logan still there? What happened?
Logan,
What is going on, man?
taking a piss break already?
I don't know.
I know he's got to sit down to pee. But
Well, we have lost Logan, Michael, but we'll get him back on here in a second. Have no fear, some connection issues. But yeah, man, welcome back. It's good to have you back. Real quick, like I said, top of the show. Yes, 2 brand new shows this week. Slam Pigs Podcast. I'm killing myself. Here's Logan, Michael, real quick. And thank you guys for joining us in the chat real quick.
thanks.
You don't got to be a dick to me. I didn't do anything. I didn't book the show.
Sorry,
Welcome
I'm not-
back, Logan. Had some technical issues. I threw my intro to you as Logan, one half of Slam Pigs Cruise Control. What is going on, man? Welcome back.
Oh man, it's great to be here.
Obviously.
Tonight,
Jesus.
Logan, don't eat the microphone.
well,
You're a
I'm
little too close.
just excited.
Okay.
I'm trying to be positive. I apologize.
Let's all pretend we're 3 little DDPs doing yoga, being positively pages. Let's try to keep smiles on our face, because there was some good on this show, guys. But real quick, Logan, like I said, episode 1 of Cruise Control is in the books. Supposed to have you on for the UK special, but you fell asleep on me like I fell asleep on you the night before, so we're even, Steven. And Michael, yes, welcome back, guys. Let's get right
God, you
into
guys
it.
sound like a married couple.
Real quick, Michael, fuck you. Where can everyone check us out?
You can check us out at the Vicky TMD on Twitter. Check me out at Mike the Slam Pig. Check us out on Facebook at the Vicky TMD or at the Slam Pigs Podcast on Twitter or Facebook. That's it.
Very good. You're like a pro with it now. Very smooth. And Logan, man, where can everyone check you out?
I'm on Twitter, Logan Myers 144. Check me out on Twitter. Definitely gotta get us on Twitter so that you can find out all the goodies that we have.
Batten down the hatches, lock up your daughters. Logan is on Twitter, Michael. So look out, world. But let's get into it, guys. Backlash, since it's fresh in everyone's goddamn mind.
Just to mention, I hope you guys get more viewers on your Cruise Control show than they do on the actual 205 Live.
We shouldn't have a problem with that. Actually, didn't get a chance to record episode 2 yet, so I didn't hate the show this week. Real quick, Logan. Did you happen to see it, Michael? Since you're here, 205 Live, real quick.
No.
Yeah, I didn't think it. Anyway,
I don't ever watch that.
well, I have to now. What the fuck is wrong with me? Backlash 2017. Let's go ahead. The elephant in the room. Everyone is sick to their little stomachs. I'm not. I think it's hilarious. So I want to do one thing real quick
Why do you
for
think it's hilarious?
Well, I'm getting to that. Slow your roll. Let me clear my throat. This is especially for those, what are they, snarky Bullet Club-ish fans, you would say. Marty Squirrel. They did it. They fucking did it. The Cinderella story, the coming-of-age tale of a young man with a dream has come to fruition, guys. New! I am literally saying this, Michael, and I'm not fucking trolling anybody. Kill me. New WWE champion, King Mahal. Somebody take it.
I feel like I just went to Dick Kick City, to be honest with you. I feel like somebody just kicked me in the dick, like, at least 3 times. In the same spot on the dick, too. Not even
It's
different
so
spots.
fucking good. It feels so good
What?
to see everyone on Twitter get so pissed off about something that they've wanted for so long, a change. And you gotta change. Say now who it is, say what you want. It's not the same old fan service guys that you complain about. Your Ortons, your fucking Cena for the 100th time. Cena's nowhere in. Now I'm sure, I'll call it now, Cena will be the guy to take the belt off Jinder Mahal. Break the record. Good old fashioned USA John Cena versus Evil
He's
India.
coming back in July, by the way. He's set to come back on the July 4th episode of SmackDown. So just in time for SummerSlam.
Yeah. Logan, Since Michael needs a collective minute to gather everything he's processed, myself
I
included.
feel like you're laughing at me.
I'm not. But because you're different. You're open to change, but your points on why it was not a good kind of change makes sense. These are the people I'm laughing at that bitch about anything. The fans that ruin modern wrestling I'm talking about. You guys are good. Logan, what did you think?
Shoot me. this,
There you go.
this is a story that many didn't expect, didn't want, but then there was some that wanted it, but then when it was given to them, they're gonna bitch and moan and complain, and yeah, that's exactly it. I mean, let's give it a shot, give it a couple weeks, see what it takes us. I don't expect it to go anywhere because I can't get behind it. And
I can tell you where
people
it's gonna
might
take
ask
me.
why.
I can tell you where it's going to take me. It's going to take me the same place it takes me when I listen to you fucking rant. It's going to take me right to the fucking shitter. Okay?
You be serious.
I am being
Don't
serious.
take your anger from Hinder and Gender out on poor Logan.
Really?
Christ.
Really?
Unnecessary roughness.
I'm trying to figure out who's worse, to be honest with you. Like, who do I have to listen to that's going to make me even more bored and upset? Logan or Jinder Mahal? It's close.
I'm not going to tell
It's
you
close.
again. Will you cool the
It's
Jets?
close.
We've gone 10 minutes. Not even 10 minutes.
I think that should
Logan
be.
hasn't been back in a month.
We should put that poll on Facebook or on Twitter or something. Who would you rather listen to talk, Logan Myers or Jinder Mahal?
We're not doing that. We're not putting any polls up like
You know
that.
what,
Okay?
Michael?
Oh, it's all right.
Michael.
You got your prepared shit? Let's go.
Oh, my prepared shit. Okay.
I know you've been.
I actually want to apologize to you, Michael.
You're going to what?
Are you listening? I'm actually going to apologize to you personally live
What a
on the
gentleman,
Slam Pigs
Michael.
Backlash edition.
What a stand-up guy. After all the shit you've given this man, he's throwing the olive branch to you.
Apologize to me.
Shout out to you, Logan.
Should apologize.
I'm sorry, but I'm sick and tired of your bull crap. Every time I come on this show, you put me down for even being on this show. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry that you're jealous. I'm sorry that you're so jealous that I'm a better co-host with Travis. I'm sorry that you're the drunk of the Slam Pigs. I'm so sorry, Michael, that my cruise control alongside Travis is better than anything you've been on since the show started.
All right.
I'm extra sorry to Travis.
No, go ahead.
But all right, I was going to pull you to your corner and let Michael rebuttal, but continue to have the floor, Logan. I'm just playing moderator. You guys do you for a second. Because I want to take folks off gender and
I'm going to be extra sorry to Travis, only because he has to do a show every week with an irrelevant, non-wrestling, intelligent asshole that puts others down because he knows at the end of the day he can't even make a podcast worth listening to. And I'm going to apologize to the fans because they have to listen to Michael talk about how good he is for over 50 episodes, when in reality, he makes a 10-year-old's opinion 10 times more relevant than his own. Oh, and in closing, I'm going to say something, Michael. At the end of the day, I'm fired up. I'm fired up because you think you're better than me and you're jealous.
But I don't understand what.
Never.
You're right. I might be jealous. I'm jealous that you're such an indie darling, that I've never even heard of anything you've ever done. I'm jealous of your future pro wrestling that's never even happened because you don't have anybody that even wants to do anything with you. I'm jealous that you probably can't walk 400 feet without wanting to keel over and die. I'm jealous that you come on this show and give us such great insight, even though my non-wrestling intelligence you seem to agree with 95% of the time. I'm also jealous that you're such a good-looking guy. You're right, I'm jealous. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Is everybody good? Have we all gotten our vents out so I cannot be the awkward guy in the middle right now? Is everybody good? Everybody got said their piece? Or you guys still need a second? because we got a show to get through. We've gotten through not even the first match, and you guys, I feel like it's the great debate with Kenny Bolin and Jim Cornette, and I'm fucking Jerry Jarrett over here.
I mean, I could go on and on, but I don't want to. I don't want to cross the line and go and hurt too much feelings here.
Well, let me try to change the subject.
No.
Shout out to anybody in the chat.
Travis.
Chat up. Yes, Logan, real quick. I just want to shout out and thank everybody in the chat if they happen to be there. I'm trying to get stuff situated. I didn't want to delay the stream, but I will be in the chat this time, guys. Have no fear. But yeah, continue, guys. Have your little war of the words here. I'll just be eating popcorn.
I think me and Michael needed that right there because that main event sucked.
Does it feel good, Michael?
Ass.
I didn't even think Michael broke the surface on that, honestly.
No, I really didn't.
I don't think really Logan did either. So this is why maybe we should cool the Jets because we got a show to get through. I don't know. Do you guys feel that deem it necessary to get some more out? Who am I?
Do you feel?
I think I'm
Logan?
good.
Do you feel better?
I feel better. I feel better.
Maybe tomorrow your balls will drop and then all will be well.
Well,
okay.
Guys,
how's your parents' house treating you? Collecting disability for being a fat ass?
Will you be serious? Let's draw some lines, Michael, okay? And Logan, let's both draw certain lines. We don't have to go to a certain extreme.
I think we were just too upset about the main event, and we just took it out on each other.
Guys, you both seen, I know you've seen Ghostbusters too, but do you remember what that slime did to the people in New York City where it made them all hate each other?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like Jinder Mahal right now. I feel like he's the slime from Ghostbusters too. And you guys are the people in New York, and it's making you hate each other. And like the New York City was like, fuck you looking at, pal? Like for nothing, just because like the slime touched them. Remember, Michael? Great fucking movie.
Yeah,
people shit on that movie all the time, by the way.
I liked it.
Because we're not obviously avoiding going back to talking about Jinder Mahal's the new champ, talking about Ghostbusters 2. Let's get right back into it. Yes, guys, Jinder Mahal beat Randy Orton, new WWE champion. Yes, I'm aware in the chat that there's no picture up. I'm fixing that right now. How silly me. But yeah, what did you guys think of the match overall? Not the outcome and the booking, but just the match in general did nothing for me. I honestly, if I wasn't doing this show, I would have fallen asleep, or I would have just tapped out if I was just watching it casually. I don't know about you guys. What do you think?
I was just frustrated. I think the whole ending, how he won, who won, was a bad call.
Michael?
Well, I thought it was good for Randy Orton. I mean, it was the loudest pop he's gotten in years, to be honest.
People actually wanted him to win.
Yeah, people actually wanted him to win a match, which, as a babyface, that's what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
But as far as the rest of it, aside from the fucking stiff
the table spot
that one of the
shit.
Singh brothers got, you could even see it on Orton's face after he did it. He made like a cringe face, like, oops.
He's like, what are you going to do?
Yeah. Let's keep going here. Like, if I'm going to lose Jinder Mahal, I'm going to make it fucking worth it.
As much as boring,
break somebody's fucking neck.
As much as you and I have, and you too, Logan, since you've been on the show, have all complained about Orton over the last couple of years. This whole Twitter thing with him and just him being a dick in general, I can't help but like Randy Orton. Like, I would love to have seen his face when he was told before they went out tonight, hey, you're going to drop the strap to Jinder. Does he give a shit at this point?
In the middle of the ring.
Does he really give a rat's ass about a belt? All the money he's made, his hot-ass Italian model wife or whoever, like, she's fucking gorgeous. I don't know if you ever seen her.
Must be a new wife. Because I remember seeing a DVD on him years ago, and his wife was ugly as shit.
Who do you think has a harder time finding a date? 1980s Midnight Express Stan Lane or Randy Orton from any era? Ooh. Those are two sex pots, Michael. Anyway, let's get back and move on from this goddamn match because it's making me go all over the place.
Call them sex pots? You didn't use your doll baby word?
Saving it.
Okay.
There's other things to come on this show.
Right.
A lot more. Real quick, let's see where they go with it. I'm calling Cena. What do you guys think?
Styles.
I could see Cena coming back to fight Kevin Owens, to be honest, for the U.S. title.
Yeah, I can see that, but I don't want.
Because he's such an American hero.
Do you want that though, or do you just see?
I mean, we've seen it, but I mean, do you really want to watch John Cena wrestle Jinder Mahal?
No.
So I mean, pick your poison there, pal. So
goddamn, pal.
I would much rather watch Styles work Jinder Mahal because I think that would be a much better match. and watch Cena work Owens because I think that would be a much better match for the two. So it just makes sense for Styles to get it eventually. I don't know if they're going to pull the trigger at SummerSlam or sooner than that, but it depends on the ratings, I guess. I think the plan probably is to go to SummerSlam, but who knows with WWE anymore? I mean, Christ.
My 2 cents on the end of the day. At the end of the day, guys, before we move on, so I get my opinion on it. I know why they did it, and it worked. It got everyone intrigued. As much as you don't want it to be gender, as much as you dislike gender, it had everyone's eyes peeled for these two to be the main event of a pay-per-view that had Nakamura's debut, and everyone was still. As much as the match was boring, nobody tapped out. We trudged through just to see what they were going to do, and I think at the end of the day, that's really what WWE cares about. Whether we like it or not, it's irrelevant because it got butts in the seats in the Chicago area. It got eyes on the network. In a way, I'm sure there had to be a surge for this show with Nakamura, for one.
I feel like a parent that's just had to pick up their child from the police station at 3 a.m. I'm not mad. I'm
Just
disappointed.
disappointed.
I'm disappointed in WWE right now.
It's like when they brought up Tyler Breeze and they squashed him for no reason. That pissed me off. This just kind of.
Or as Kurt Angle would say, I'm disappointed in WWE.
WWE.
But
yeah, look,
I wish you would quit saying it. Like, can you just leave WWE out of your repertoire of words?
We're just gonna have to deal with it, guys. Jinder Mahal, the Jinderella story. Can't enter the gender anymore. Don't check out his Tinder, Michael. New WWE champ.
All right, that's enough rhymes there. But my biggest problem with
so excited for
it's
the
not
man.
Like I said, my biggest problem is not with the change. It's who they picked for the change.
Right.
If you wanted to put it on a heel, you could have put it on Baron Corbin. That at least would have made more sense to me. He just got done with Dean Ambrose. Now he just beat Dean Ambrose the last time he faced him. It wasn't for the title, wasn't for the Intercontinental title, but he beat him. It would have made much more sense. I read on the internet that maybe they were saving him for SummerSlam or something, a bigger pay-per-view for him to win the title, because the plans are for him to get it eventually.
Mm-hmm.
They're just not sure when. So they didn't want to waste it on a Backlash. So, but if you wanted to go for shock value, I feel like you could have used so many other guys for that.
Yeah.
You could have used Sami Zayn. You could have used Dolph Ziggler. You could have used so many other guys
and
for this.
As much as I've been joking around, I totally agree. I don't like that they put it on Jinder Mahal. I do like the change. Like, we need to change
Can
in
it
the
be any more obvious that this guy's juicing up somehow? Did you see his back? Did you see all the pimples on his back? Telltale sign of steroids.
Logan, when you watch
these,
these network shows, do you watch with any casual fans who don't know a lot, or do you just watch by yourself?
It's either me by myself or with my brother, and like Brandon has a good opinion. He'll voice his opinion a lot. I've been trying to talk him into coming on the show with us once in a while. He even said it's just there's things that you got to question.
Well,
why you would do it?
That I watch it with my significant other and kids. They don't watch a lot. And tonight's the first night they saw Jinder Mahal, and the first question I'm asked, legit, was, "Is he on steroids?" You can tell the veiny man boobs, the gyno, it's called, the slang term. We've all heard the Ryback interview. We all know it. That's nothing new, but obviously there's something going on. But he's the modern day Maharaja or whatever.
God, could JBL came anymore? Christ, JBL just came all. It must have reminded him of himself.
I did not hate JBL tonight, though. I did not hate him on commentary. I love the line I texted you, JBL said.
Yeah.
You can do all the flips and flops in the world, but ain't going to win you a title. That was fucking gold. I laughed so hard. But let's move on. Let's go all the way back to the bottom, guys. Ty Dillinger, pre-show, against Aiden English.
Ted.
Very over. Beats him again, to no one's surprise.
And I like Aiden English. I hope they use him a little better in the future. I like the gimmick. I don't know. Maybe when this match happened, my girlfriend was watching.
Yeah.
And she was laughing at Aiden English. She liked it too. And then she laughed at Ty Dillinger when he did the 10 sign in his face. She's like, "These guys are funny." I was like, "Yeah, I like both these guys."
Did she watch Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate last night with you?
She was there, but I don't think she was really watching. She heard me beside her going, "Ooh, ah," shit like that.
Mine watched the whole match with me.
Did she?
She was legit blown away. She was like, "That was really good." I'm like, yeah. But yeah, you know what I love about Aiden English tonight, especially his tights. They were like the Picasso painting. That was a great fucking touch that you've never really seen before. But Logan, I think Dillinger legit is going. You guys think Owens is doing something else? I think it's going to be Dillinger going for that U.S. title. eventually before summer's end. Personally,
And I'm gonna look smart when he wins that WWE Championship.
I think they're getting to that. I don't think they're going to blow their load with it. I think they're going to be smart. Logan, what do you think they're going to do with the tie-dye guy going forward?
I mean, you have a good point there. I mean, he could definitely. That actually, he didn't actually come across my mind to jump into that spot yet, but maybe that's what they need to do.
Well,
I mean, everybody's been talking about.
Great Balls of Fire. That's Raw.
No.
Oh, SmackDown.
SmackDown has a July pay-per-view. June is Great Balls of Fire.
I don't remember. Is it Money in the Bank?
I'm not sure what it is, but I feel like that would be a good spot to use him if they're going to use him for a title match. For somebody for Owens to beat, which would be what they would use him for, I think, right now. I don't think he's big enough right now to just go in and take the title off Owens.
I wouldn't put any title on him.
I feel like this gimmick has a lot of miles on it. I think that's why they're using it.
I know you see a lot of dollar signs in time, Michael.
I see a lot of potential.
Potential dollar signs.
I see a lot of
potential. Would you be like me with him with titles, like very touchy, like don't throw on him yet?
I would, like I said before, if they're gonna do it, it should be Daniel Bryan-ish for me. Like, he gets screwed out of title after title until the fans are like, why aren't you giving this guy a fucking belt? And I think people already are behind him, but we need to see more personality from him on a microphone.
Different opponents.
Some better storylines for him.
Kind of like a Sami Zayn.
Yeah, kind of like a Sami Zayn. But the thing is, Sami Zayn's been up for a while now, and I like Sami Zayn in the ring. It just, on a microphone, it's just kind of like,
Our good buddy Jim actually was in a chat with me today. He was saying they make it so obvious with Sami Zayn that they're pushing him just like Daniel Bryan, and that makes it unappealing to him. Yeah. I totally agree and see what he's talking about.
He just falls flat for me on a microphone. That's my biggest problem with Sami Zayn. I like him more as a quirky, dorky kind of babyface, not as a serious, kick-ass threat.
Well, guys, let's get right into it. The show opened up with, surprisingly, Shinsuke Nakamura making his debut against Dolph Ziggler. Now, I say surprisingly, looking back, good placement. I would have probably opened the show with it too, honestly. Because I know why they did it, I'm pretty sure, and it makes a lot of sense. This is Nakamura's debut. It's in Chicago, of all crowds. Putting it on in the first match, there's no fail that crowd's going to be red hot because it's essentially the curtain jerker. If this would have gone on midway through or even towards the end, or close the show, they could have, taken the risk of a lackluster crowd kind of taking the steam off Nakamura's debut. Fortunately, the crowd was red hot. I thought the match was awesome. You weren't too big on it, I'm gathering. I really liked it. I thought it was done well.
I didn't think it was a bad match. I don't want to come off as that. I thought it was a good match. I thought it picked up as it went on. I was a little disappointed with the start. Felt like the start was just too slow for me. I know they wanted to go for more of a technical feel to start off, which is fine, but I don't know. For Nakamura's debut, I didn't really care for it. And Dolph Ziggler has never struck me as like a technical ground mat-based wrestler. So for him to go to that style tonight,
which is funny because he's in NCAA.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Kent State, he's in the Kent State Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
But but in the ring, you've watched him over his whole career. Has he ever really struck you as a ground and
not really
a ground attack guy?
Not really.
No, he's always been the quick guy that hits moves.
Quick striking,
So for me, the start kind of hurt it for me more than anything. But it did pick up and it got better. My biggest fear after watching Nakamura tonight on the main roster, I don't know how well his style is going to get over in the long run in WWE. Because for me, it just seemed like all of his moves are just knees, kicks, punches.
I think he has a very, very risky style where he sets himself up for injury a lot. If he continues that style, I think they're definitely going to make him tone it down, especially considering how over he is and how much potential money and merchandise there is to keep him healthy and relevant. He's got to be on TV to be relevant. You know what I mean? Logan, what did you think of Shinsuke's debut?
I think, like what Michael said, he has a point. To me, when you look at Dolph Ziggler, I think to me the only reason they picked Dolph Ziggler to be his very first opponent was because Dolph can sell a lot of good moves and a lot of big moves, but you didn't see that tonight, and usually you do.
I got to agree. Real quick, Logan, not to cut you off, but I just want to shout out a good buddy, Rad Zero, in the chat who said Nakamura's debut in AJ versus Owens sold the pay-per-view for him. It ended for him after that match. Didn't even bother with the main event and didn't care for it. And he's an Orton guy. So thank you for stopping by, Rack. Continue, Logan. We very rarely get anybody in the chat this late, so it's always good to see some company.
I mean, I don't know if anybody agrees with me or not on that. I think I just expected Dolph Ziggler to sell a little bit more. I think he's becoming frustrated with where he's at, but at the same time, there's so many bigger names out there that you can't really.
I just felt like the storytelling in this match was a little off for me. Felt like Ziggler controlled a little bit too much of the match. Like the first, really, like 70% of the match, Ziggler was in control. And for a guy making his debut on the main roster with all this hype, I feel like the match should have been more even Steven. I don't know if it was just me, but it felt like Ziggler was almost toying with him here for most of the match, which didn't do anything for Nakamura, I didn't feel like.
That seems like it's been a consistent pattern in all Nakamura's big-time matches, too.
I don't feel like Ziggler's a good guy to do that with.
Yeah. For someone that's booked as the King of Strong Style, he's always booked in his matches like the
he's always getting his ass
baby
kicked.
face.
Yeah,
like
he's always
sympathetic. Yeah.
He's always taking the shit kicking.
I see that. I can see that.
For me, I would have liked to have seen more of a back and forth style match here, rather than the slow, methodical pace of Ziggler.
Towards the end, the middle.
Yeah, it picked up, but I felt like it was a little too late. I felt like the first half of the match just kind of it was flat for me.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like.
I was. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I don't feel like it had anything to do with Ziggler, being frustrated or not wanting to sell or anything like that. I just feel like that's the match that they went over, and with Nakamura being the guy that's going to go over, I think he had more control on how he wanted the match to go, without really knowing that Ziggler's not that guy that just dominates people in his matches. Ziggler's never been that guy. Ziggler's always that guy that, even as a heel, Ziggler takes an ass whooping, for a lot of the match. And like I watched Ziggler work with I want to say Kalisto or Sin Cara, one of the guys, a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And this was when.
You mean recently, like 2 weeks ago, we talked about the match with Sin Cara where it was really good?
Yeah.
Way better than it should have been.
Yeah, way better than it should have been.
Yeah.
And I felt like Ziggler should have gone over more in that match than he did. But it's consistent with his career. He never really squashes anybody, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it felt like for most of this match, it was almost squash, you know what I mean, for Ziggler. So it was until finally there towards the second half of the match where Nakamura started getting some stuff in. I don't know, just the storytelling for me was off in this one. I would have liked a different story to be told here.
I can see that. Now,
I would have liked Nakamura outlasting him rather than Nakamura just getting the best of him at the end.
We know what we all think about the actual match. What did you guys think about how it was placed on the card? Whoever wants to take it.
Didn't like it. Didn't like it to be first. The only reason I didn't like it being first was because for weeks he's been the poster boy for this pay-per-view.
Yeah.
You see it every 5 minutes on the WWE Network when you turn something on to watch it.
Yeah.
You hear his music being played.
Then his crotch shot,
and you see him. You see him in the
spaghetti and pizza.
You see him in the trademark for the Backlash pay-per-view, and you put him on first.
Yeah.
So.
During the match, I was invested. I was invested.
As when we found out Jinder won the title, I see why it didn't go on last now.
Yeah.
But when it first went on, I was outside smoking a cigarette when the pay-per-view first came on, and my girlfriend actually said Man Bun's coming on, which is what she calls Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
I was like, they're putting that match on first? And I was like, all right. I fucking finished, put my cigarette out and went in.
I thought it might have been Owens and Styles opening the show.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And I see why that didn't go on first now.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that a little bit later, though.
But Logan, go ahead real quick and then let's move on to the next match.
I was invested in the match, but at the same time, I guess I expected a little bit more. And I think I expected Nakamura to have more control in the match and dominate just a tad bit more, because it just fell flat for me in that category because, being hyped up and hyped up and hyped up, and then it's like dropping a pin and just like dropping the ball, I guess.
Was that a pin or something?
Or like you just dropped something. Will you be serious? I'm not going to tell you again. Like, I've had to let you guys have your war. It's over. Let's move on to the next match real quick. I just think that I don't know, like
You like cold cut?
I don't think Nakamura, especially after what we saw last night, this card didn't have a fair chance. But the amount of hype put into this, it's really hard to live up to that. Only certain guys can. I didn't think he did a bad job though. So let's move on though. Next match, guys. Sami Zayn going 1-1 against Baron Corbin, and yeah, I mean this has been just his getting his ass beat for weeks by Corbin attack backstage. The total Daniel Bryan-esque underdog story we just talked about. Logan, what did you think about
It
that?
was the tag team match was next.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. Well, let's go ahead and get Sami Zayn and Corbin out of the way, because I don't want to intro it again, real quick, and then we'll just go back. Logan, what
Okay.
did you think of Zayn and Corbin?
What a shocking victory for Sami Zayn. Don't you guys agree? But at the same time, I like Baron Corbin's future, and I think Corbin needed the win more than Sammy. Because I mean, Baron Corbin. I mean, if they're gonna push him to win the championship, maybe SummerSlam or whatever, if they think he's gonna be that guy in the future, in the coming months, I just think Baron Corbin should have had it.
It's rumored that he's going to be feuding with Luke Harper after this, which honestly, I don't know why. I'm kind of looking forward to those matches. I don't know what it is.
That's gonna be weird.
I don't know. Something about those matches seem like they're going to be hard hitting and better than we're expecting them to be. But that's the supposed rumored feud for Corbin going further. But like you said, Sami Zayn, quite frankly, with how he's been booked, the shock win over a guy that told Tuna Meltzer himself has reported that there's big money in Corbin this year. They have a lot of interest. But Michael, what did you think of Zayn going over Corbin this way?
It was a little surprising, especially the way that Corbin had been booked. But this was kind of a 50-50 shot for me. It wasn't like I thought Corbin was going to go over totally. Because the only reason I didn't think that was because he's been pretty much beating the shit out of Sami Zayn for a few weeks, and I figured, usually when that happens, the other guy goes over in the pay-per-view. So, especially when the heel's beating the shit out of the babyface. I was glad to see Sami Zayn get a pay-per-view win over a top name. I just wish. I mean, I guess they're going to keep going with this. I think a little bit, to where obviously Corbin's probably going to go over eventually.
I'll say it right now. I think they're beating him down. I think Corbin's winning Money in the Bank. I think that's what they're doing. They're going to beat him down for a month or so, make him job out, and then he's going to have the Money in the Bank in a month. That's what I think. Logan, what do you think they're doing with Corbin? Can you see that happening?
I see big things with Baron Corbin. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's gonna be Money in the Bank. I think that'd be perfect.
You see Skittle signs for him.
Skittle signs?
Yeah.
Why Skittle signs?
Oh, they're S's, just like dollars,
Oh.
and they're delicious.
Skittle. I had some Skittles today.
They're delicious.
They all taste the fucking same. It doesn't matter what the color is, unless they're tropical. Then that's a whole other ball of wax. All right, I love this match, the tag team title match. Rizongo taking on the Usos. Oh, Moppy, Mr. Moppy.
I called this in one of my other wrestling groups. This is not the only. I'm a member of another wrestling group on Facebook.
Fucking traitor.
I said that this was dark horse possibility for match of the night, just because Rizongo has so much personality and they're both good workers. And I felt like the Usos have been working really, really well as heels and been really entertaining with their tactics.
I agree.
I had a feeling this match was going to be really good, and it didn't disappoint.
I had to do a double take on the entrance. I thought it was fucking Kenny Omega coming out with the sweep and shit. I was like, is that Kenny Omega? No, that's not Kenny Omega. But yeah, they had a vignette beforehand.
That was from.
They've been doing these
last
for weeks.
Week on SmackDown.
You've been praising these vignettes for weeks. They are really good. They are funny. They're reminding me more and more of Edge and Christian every time I see them backstage, as far as the way they play off each other. They really are. And Tyler Breeze actually reminds me of Christian so much. It's surreal, and it's not a coincidence he uses the young prettier, I don't think.
Yeah.
But yeah, he came out dressed as like a Hulk Hogan wig and Woody Allen glasses and a Wyatt family jumpsuit, Duke Jersey style, mopping his way down. Held the mop guys for so long, tripped and Uso in the corner with it. They worked spots around it. I love this part too, and he finally got hit. Laid out, still dressed as the mop man. Uso went to the top rope in the corner. Just kept rolling
out of the way.
Just kept fucking rolling. Oh my god. Logan, what did you think of this? And then we'll get to the old lady spot here in a second. Logan, what was your take on the match?
I was actually honestly, this is funny. My brother, I was watching the pay per view in my room. He was watching it in the living room, and during this match, the only time he actually came back was to laugh at this match. It was funny, and I mean, I think that's what's missing in WWE. Sometimes being serious is good, but sometimes having the funny parts is also good. Tyler Breeze bringing in the mop reminded me so much of Perry Saturn, and I want to give kudos to JBL on making me laugh on when he said loaded mop.
I think JBL was actually maybe the best part of the whole match, unintentionally, when Tyler Breeze did a wardrobe
When
change,
you have
Michael.
Tom Phillips and Byron Saxton, how is it? I mean, it's kind of hard not to be the best part of that.
Exactly. I had a hunch that Tyler Breeze was going to pull like a Mick Foley at the Royal Rumble and do like wardrobe changes. I didn't think he'd be and lo and behold, he came up as an old lady in a dress. Best part about that though was the dress got thrown right in JBL's face.
Yeah.
So it's a great blooper. But you saw the Uso break character too and like laugh in the ring when it happened. But unfortunately, it was not to be for Breezango tonight. After this match, especially, and the great vignettes, I really think they're getting this belt someday. I do. I'll say it. Come
I
at
think
me.
people are going to take them more seriously now. I think their entertainment stock has definitely gone up a couple notches.
They just made themselves the New Day of 2017. That popular comedy act they haven't beaten in the ground yet, like they have.
Still going to see the Fashion Files, I hope.
I hope.
Because those vignettes are fucking hilarious. And those guys, I've always known that Fandango had some charisma to him. Tyler Breeze, I also kind of had a hunch. You know, this guy's been around for way too long not to have learned something.
Well, we've seen it with Tyler Breeze. I don't think we ever saw it with like Johnny Curtis when he was in NXT. We never got.
God, my stepson loves him.
Fandango.
Johnny Curtis.
Johnny Curtis?
Yeah.
Like actual Johnny Curtis?
Yeah.
How does your stepson even know Johnny Curtis?
Because he watches shit on YouTube. Man. He even asked me that the other day. Does Johnny Curtis still wrestle?
Hey, here's a funny story. Speaking of sons,
he's 8.
Showing him stuff on the network. I made him search Bastion Booger because he didn't believe me that was a real wrestler, and he did it, and he fucking loved him because he loves fat guys. Go fucking figure. It's Bastion Booger versus Razor on Raw on the network. It's a terrible match.
I love that finisher.
Yeah, I mean, I really think they're getting the belt. Logan, what did you think of the match, and where do you think they're going from here with the belts?
I'm a big fan of Tyler Breeze and Fandango. And I agree with Michael. Fandango is.
You're going to say it Fandango or Fandango. You can't mix them both together. It can't be Fandango.
Not Finn Balor. Sorry, Logan.
Fandango is really good. He really showcased a lot tonight, and Tyler Breeze just changing the wardrobe was awesome. Usos are really good as a heel, and I think they're not going to drop the belts to them. I just don't see it. I don't.
Interesting. Very interesting. Next on the card, the ladies. 6 ladies tag match, the welcoming committee. I hate that fucking name. I really do. As much as I hate Kurt Hawkins, I hate that name. The welcoming committee. Tamina, Natalia, the 4 horse ladies, James Ellsworth, and Carmella versus old glitter pants herself, Naomi, the champ, Charlotte. You didn't get your swerve, Michael.
Not yet.
You didn't get it.
It's coming.
And Becky Lynch and her. God, she looks so hot tonight. I'm sorry
hair.
to any of our female listeners, but Becky Lynch was really working on me tonight. I don't know why.
She had like a Rey Mysterio fucking headdress on.
Michael, what'd you think of the match?
I didn't see a whole lot of it, to be honest with you. I saw the finish. This match did nothing for me to begin with. I had 0 interest in this match.
I don't even know why we're covering it, because we have to.
You talk about this women's revolution, and then you do shit like this. It's so obvious. Well, we got to get these other girls in on the card. You know, we got to get them some time. This whole feud is just stupid for me. Like, if you don't like Charlotte so much, then why are you going against Naomi and fucking Becky Lynch too?
And we've said it a lot. When you watch her, especially tonight, it just doesn't fucking work. Her as a babyface, it just does not make sense. It doesn't. It's like when the Miz was a babyface. It doesn't look right. Logan, what'd you think of the 6 ladies tag match? Then we'll move on. Thank God.
I wanted to take a piss, and that's all I'm going to say.
All right, short and sweet. You want to talk about it more? Let's talk about some goodness.
Well, I mean, the welcoming committee went over. Natalia went over with the sharpshooter on Becky Lynch. Clean.
Hey, shout out to Jimmy the Freak joining us first time in the chat.
Hey,
YouTube. Welcome.
Jimmy!
He expects Corbin to be the next Nakamura program. His role is pretty much indie darlings only. I can see that. And he said, let's get weird. Johnny Curtis was A+. That old Johnny Curtis gimmick. So
Okay.
thanks for joining us, man. Let's get to some goodness. Pick it back up. United States title match, Michael. Take it.
Match of the night.
Good.
Easily match of the night for me. Aside from the finish, this match was everything I hoped it would be. And I don't know how many times we have to beat a dead horse and tell everyone AJ Styles is the best performer in WWE right now by far. I don't even feel like it's close. I know Finn Balor would probably be second.
As a total package. I mean,
Finn Balor and Seth Rollins would probably be second and third for me.
you got to clarify with people on the internet. You have to say that they're a total package like Lex Luger, or they're gonna like call you out and be like, "Well, no, so and so's better in ring," or Marty Squirrel, or
Who's better in ring than AJ Styles?
I mean, there's guys that are, but
Nobody.
In WWE right now, who's better than AJ Styles in the ring?
Nobody.
Pete Dunne.
Just in ring though, not as far as
you
a
watched
total
him
package.
wrestle one UK title match, and he's better
I've
than
watched
AJ
Pete
Styles
Dunne
now?
wrestle a ton of matches. Thank you very much.
He wears fucking Eva Marie's singlet.
But I think he's on par with Styles. But I will say, Styles is totally the best all-around wrestler in the world. There's no arguing that. I think we can all
Styles
agree
can
that.
work with anybody.
Yeah.
Pete Dunne can work with Tyler Bate.
We don't know that. We don't know that. We have yet to see that. We will, and he will be able to wrestle with anybody. I think before the end of the day, he's going to be one of the most revered guys on the roster, because I don't think he's going to be on that UK roster the whole time. I think he's getting up to that main roster. We're getting way off track, but called me out. I had to bring up Pete Dunne. Big, huge Pete Dunne fan.
AJ Styles.
Not shocked that you don't like Pete Dunne, by the way.
I just don't like the look. I really don't. But
The Fit Finley, no knee pads.
just the crotch singlet I don't like. I've never liked it. It makes them look like they have a pussy.
It's just British Solomon Crows.
Yeah,
Sammy Callahan.
I don't like it. So but that match was match of the year. I'll give it credit. But AJ Styles for me is just another level. I feel like AJ Styles is a much better storyteller. As good as that UK title match was, I don't know that the storytelling in that match was, the best. It was just back and forth. I'm gonna hit you with shit. You're gonna hit me with shit. It's gonna be awesome.
But not as bad, you would have to agree, as a Young Bucks match. Not on that level.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to take anything away from that UK title match because it was match of the year. So far, it was match of the year for me. But as far as storytelling goes, I feel like AJ Styles is on another level. He can get in there with anybody. I feel like he's this generation's Shawn Michaels.
And he comes off that way. All of his matches seem special at this point. He is an attraction.
You could put him fucking on the pre-show. It's gonna be match of the night. It's the way it is.
Yeah.
So, but to get more into this match, I felt like this did Kevin Owens justice because Kevin Owens is such a good worker. But my God, quit eating so many fucking cold cuts. Jesus Christ, Kevin Owens. It's just getting worse.
Do you know how when you get a cold cut combo sub, and sometimes you bite into the salami and it gets that hard pepper and hurts your teeth?
Yeah.
Kevin Owens probably even eats the pepper.
It's good. It's a little spicy. But I'm supposed to be fat. I'm not in WWE.
Well, let's get back to the match, not Kevin Owens' diet. Michael, this has been built up. It's U.S. title. These guys, in my opinion, deserve so much better than U.S. title feud, but it is what it is. I liked the match. Hated the ending. I really liked the match, actually. I don't want to gloss over the match. We'll talk about some spots.
There were a couple sick spots in this match.
Let's talk about how, I think Logan told me off air, he liked the ending. It's so stupid. It would have been, sit up and take your fucking foot out.
Yeah.
They're little, PlayStation cables.
You're telling me that AJ Styles isn't athletic enough to be able to sit up.
He can't do it. He can't do a sit up.
Or wiggle your fucking foot out.
He could do he'd spinal tap corkscrew moonsault off the top of a fucking cage. But he can't do a skin the cat.
And then the referee comes out after the match. I can't get his foot out either until Kevin Owens comes out. Then magically he just fucking rips the cables off his foot so Kevin Owens can kick him in the back of the head.
Thank you for reminding me, guys, real quick before we get to the match. There's a lot of wrestling this weekend. We all know it's Drake Younger, the one referee. He's so orange right now. This whole weekend. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
He looks legit like an Oompa Loompa. Did you catch that, Logan? Holy shit! And you can't not notice
he looks like Becky Lynch's hair.
Yeah. Or her pubes, whichever you want to. Guys!
But there was a couple sick spots in this match.
Go ahead.
That spot on the apron outside.
Snap suplex.
Oh, that looked awful for Kevin Owens. That hurt his fat ass. That fucking, because, us bigger guys, we had back problems already. So for him to
Yeah.
take that spot right on the corner of the apron,
The worst
Oof.
part of the ring, by the way.
Yeah.
And I will say that spot alone probably took a year and a half off his career in the long
ouch.
run.
As soon as it happened, I was like, ooh, and Christine's like, what? I was like, watch this. And they showed the replay. She's like, oh my God.
Goes to speak to the dedication. These guys will put that on like a backlash show. Like they really win. It's generic to hear guys say like they give it their all every time, but they really do.
Plus, the
majority of
fisherman
guys-
suplex from the top rope was nasty too. I
Yeah.
like that.
Good save on the botch. It was a botch
Yeah.
with Styles on the phenomenal forearm. You could see, and they even showed the replay zoomed in. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. That was dumb.
He was
shit.
supposed to sell the other leg.
But I was going to say they pulled it off well. They covered for it well. Logan, what did you think? U.S. title match. I know it's your match of the night, correct?
Actually, Michael said it, and actually, all my notes, the first sentence was match of the night. And you can't say anything bad about this match. I mean, Kevin Owens can work with almost anybody, and AJ Styles makes everybody and anybody look good. I think he can put on a 10-star match against Hornswoggle. That's how I feel.
Hornswoggle's a hell of an athlete.
WLC was awesome. I liked it.
Yes.
I'm not going to lie.
That match was awesome.
I don't want to see it end, so I think that's part of the reason why I like the ending. Maybe, I mean, at the same time, if they wanted to do an ending like that, they could have done something different. But in the long run, I want to see more KO and Styles.
I would have liked to have seen more heel tactics in the finish if it was going to be a count out. If you're going to have a count out finish, I would have liked to have seen.
They should have made it where Owens at least tied him up, like Savage
something
did
like
the
that.
Crush at WrestleMania 10 or something.
You could do that, or you could when the referee had his back turned or was down for some reason.
Yeah, I agree, because it's like if you're gonna lose in that kind of chicken shit fashion, at least be a full chicken shit. You know what I mean? Because it'll enhance your heel character. But I don't know, Logan.
And Kevin Owens don't do that.
I don't like the finish. You're not hot on it either, but and then guys, unfortunately, because we had to start with the shitstorm of the Maharaji Brigade, all we have left is Luke Harper and Eric Rowan to talk about. So, they had a match.
Yep.
And Luke Harper got the win.
It wasn't good.
Overall, guys, we did it. We made it. Backlash 2017 in the books. Michael, I'll put you on the spot first. Everything included, the ending, the way the show closed, to the end ring. What was your overall grade for Backlash?
If you take out the main event, this show had a B.
Fair play.
But with the main
Put
event,
in the main event.
You give this show a C-.
Ooh, holy shit! That's a hell of a.
It's the main event.
It's like you gave the show a stunner or something, and it's getting up.
That's exactly what the show was at the end.
A stone cold stunner.
It was. It felt like it really just deflated me from the rest of the stuff that I watched.
Yeah.
It really took away from me.
Was this your Brock and Taker at WrestleMania 30 moment for 2017, where just fucking?
Well, no, I mean we both predicted it.
We did.
But
did we really think it would happen though? Because I didn't. I predicted it, but I'm in shock still that it's
Orton
even
at this point in his career is not the kind of guy that should be working with someone as not well polished as Jinder Mahal. And I knew when you had these guys scheduled for a match, you're gonna put them in the main event.
It's gonna be
the only reason that match was put on last was because of the finish. The only reason that match was put on last was because of that finish.
Yeah.
Because of the shock value. So, other than that, I mean, Orton worked more of a match with the Singh brothers than he did with fucking Jinder Mahal, which is good because Jinder Mahal is. I mean, you're putting a belt on a guy who's limited in the ring at best.
Can't cut a promo for shit.
No. I mean, for a heel, he's supposed to... And he talks so softly for a heel. That's a big thing for me, too. Every time he comes out to the ring to talk, it's always, I'm Jinder Mahal, and I am the Maharaja, and I take steroids.
With a much deeper voice than that, so...
Yeah, but...
C-, Michael. Oof. Woof. Woof, indeed. Logan, what do you got on Backlash 2017?
Before I grade it, I just want to say Luke Harper is an underrated talent, but I didn't like the match, and Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, to me, would be a better in the tag team division. And for the grade, I'm... Son of a bitch. If it wasn't for, I guess, the Nakamura and the KO match, I would have been given this whole night, this whole pay-per-view, a D. But because of those two matches, saved the show, and the tag team match, C-.
Very good, guys. C+ from me. Really, same reasons for you guys.
Agrees again with the dumbass that doesn't know anything about wrestling.
Well, guys, Michael, Logan, I'm Travis. Thank you,
What
guys.
Did you give the show?
I just said C+. I streamlined it. Is there anything else you want to add,
That
Michael?
was maybe an explanation on why you gave it C+.
I said pretty much for the reasons you guys did. Would you be gracious enough with your grasp on the show to pick your head up from your scratch off for a second, so I can maybe I can give you your answer you're looking for so dearly. I give it a reason for the same reason you did. I think the ending did no favors to it. It totally gave that Brock Taker feel, that yucky taste in your mouth, and nobody wants that when they leave. Shock can be a good thing to leave a show with, but not all the time. This is a case of that. Nakamura and Dolph was good. Way better than Michael gives it credit for. Tag team title match was fucking hilarious. Worth going out of your way to see simply for Tyler Breeze. Other than that, guys, besides Styles and KO, not a lot to this card. Not a lot, especially last night was most definitely the match of the year of anything WWE programming, in my opinion so far. Hell of a hard act to follow. Until next time, Logan, where can everyone check you out? And we will see you on Cruise Control this week. But until then, what's your Twitter? Adolf Hitler.
At Logan Myers 144. Catch me on Twitter.
Ooh, creative.
Magic Mike Larkin. What's the haps? Michael, where can everyone check you out?
At Mike the Slam Pig on Twitter or on Facebook. You can just follow me at Mike Larkin.
And I feel like next time we're gonna need a new top three. I don't know what's sticking in advance.
We'll figure it out after we go off there.
Well, Logan, thank you, man, for joining us as always. Until next time, Slam Pigs Podcast. Have a great week.
Thank you, guys.
Fucker.
Well,
Snuck it in right at the end. You piece of shit.
Are we good?